If you're looking to buy cheap FIFA coins, go and check out UFIFA and you can use a discount code EGHD at the checkout to get yourself 8% off your order. What's going on, guys? Jack here. Welcome back to another FIFA 17 squad builder. You guys seem to be loving these squad builders this year. I think the FUT Champions has kind of revived the whole squad builder video series for YouTubers, which is great. Today we have a 4-3-1-2 formation squad using 7 nationalities as minimum because this is a requirement for the FUT Champions weekend. Now obviously you can use this for daily knockouts as well. I think I've seen it for daily knockouts, and you can just use this squad for obviously seasons when there's no requirements, or even FUT Champions when there's no requirements either. Now before I get into the squad, guys, leave in the comments other requirements or basically challenges for me to build a squad for you guys to enter FUT Champions, or just a fun squad, whatever you guys want to see. Also leave a budget, that's very important. I try to make sure I do cheap squad builders for you guys, but every now and again I might put a really expensive one out there. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the squad. Start off with the goalkeeper, who is going to be Begovic right here, the Bosnian 83 rated goalkeeper, one of the best goalkeepers in the game actually. Obviously Butland is one of the goalkeepers at the moment where everyone seems to talk about him as one of the best in the game, especially for his rating, but I quite like Begovic. He hasn't done anything wrong for me, so I've been using him quite a lot. For the 2 centre-backs, I've gone for Reed and I've also gone for Matip. Again, Matip is one of the better centre-backs in the game. He's not the quickest, but he is very, very tall. As you can see here, 6'5", but he's got 72 pace as well, so it's got a lot of strength. Very good defender, good high interceptions and marking stats, which is obviously what you want. When you're not even controlling the player, they will actually those stats come into play. Reed, very similar, 73 pace, not quite as tall, but very strong, good defending and physical stats, which is again what you want with your centre backs. Now for the left back and the right back, I have gone for Moreno on the left, and I've also gone for Klein on the right side. Klein is still quite expensive, it's one of the most expensive players in this squad actually, but obviously you've got Walker and also Bellerin from this league, but Klein is very sound, 86 pace, 79 defending, high dribbling stats and passing. He's even got half decent shooting, so it's a good all-round right back. Moreno I've used before and he's pretty consistent. He's quite small, that would be one of his downsides, but apart from that he's very quick and he gets back quite well too. Now for the midfield, guys, you can see here we've got Aaron Ramsey, 84 rated, Henderson, we've also got Pereira, I don't even, you know what, forget it. Pronunciations is not a strong point, but anyway, all 3 of these players have one thing in common, and that is all 3 of them have high work rates. They all have like an engine to them. They're always running around, so they're obviously getting back to defend, but also they still go forward as well. Like they last to the end of the game. They've got lots of stamina, which is what I like to have in a midfield, especially one that's quite a narrow midfield. Pereira I would use more as an attacker because he's got 4-star skills. He's got better dribbling. Henderson's more of a defender. He can drive forward, he can shoot, but Aaron Ramsey has the best long shots out of all of them. He is the slowest, but he is the strongest as well. So they all have like slightly different stats, but they all complement each other, which is great. Now for the attacking trio, I have gone for Ross Barkley. As you guys know, I absolutely love him. If you guys have used him, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The guy's a beast. He's very tall. He's basically the cheap De Bruyne if you haven't got the budget to go for him. He's got 5-star weak foot as well. Like, I could speak about him all day, but go and watch the cheap De Bruyne video if you want to, see what he's actually like. Then up top we've got Musa. Second time I've actually used him in a squad, but for the first time I actually used Callum Wilson. Both of these two were amazing. Wilson was surprisingly better than I thought, and he's got 91 pace. A lot of fast strikers are good in this game. You're just going to get more opportunities, right? And but he's got a lot of strength. And he just surprised me. I thought he'd be a bit poo. I thought he'd be rubbish at shooting, but he seems to be alright. So Musa as well, 4-star skills, which is something better about him. Is a little bit more agile than Wilson, but both equally very cheap and exceptionally great strikers for your squad. So guys, the total cost for this whole squad is about 15,000 to 20,000 coins, obviously depending on how much you buy yours for. If you're in a rush, you'll get it for about 20,000 coins, or you could wait a little bit and get it for about 15,000 coins. It obviously depends when you buy the squad. During FUT Champions weekend, the prices go up ever so slightly, maybe to like 10%. And so yeah, it's a very cheap squad. You're not going to lose coins by buying this squad over time. Whereas if you bought like a 300k squad builder, by the end of the FUT Champions weekend, it might be worth 250. So playing in FUT Champions isn't as worth it when you lose all them coins. But anyway, guys, let me show you some of the custom tactics and the roles that I like to use for the squad. So obviously player instructions, on the right and the left back you go to stay back whilst attacking there, so on Klein, and then you go to stay back whilst attacking for Moreno. Now this is my preference, but I like to have one of the midfielders to stay back whilst attacking as well. So what I like to do is have the central player to do that, whether you want it to be Ramsey or Henderson. I wouldn't really recommend Pereira to do that, but I'd say, you know, Ramsey or Henderson seems to do best. Henderson, in my opinion, stay back whilst attacking. And then for Barkley, I like to have him to stay forward, and then both of the strikers to get in behind like that. That seems to work best for me, but obviously it depends on your preference. Obviously the left back and right back stay back whilst attacking is a must for everyone, in my opinion. And obviously player roles, just go to auto assign and it will choose the best players with the best free kick stats, etc. And then custom tactics. This is where it changes up a little bit. So this is the default. First things first, change the offside to cover, change the chance creation to freeform. That means that the players are going to move around a bit more. They're not going to feel like, you know, like trapped in like a little, you know, triangle. They're actually going to run around each other a bit more, which is good. But for passing, I like to boost up to about 60. Crossing I put to 50, and shooting I actually put to 70. So this is more of like they run into shooting positions. So even though I don't get in positions where I'm taking a long shot with this squad, having the shooting stats high means that they actually get into space a lot more, and I find it just works best. Obviously you guys can play around with this, tweak it a little bit more. There is subtle differences between like 65 and 70, but overall it's only a little difference here. You don't have to, you could just leave it default like most people do. But anyway guys, that is going to be the end of the squad building part of this video. We're going to get into some goals in just a second. As I said at the start of the video, leave me some suggestions for different requirements you want me to do for FUT Champions and build you and show you guys. But also leave in the comments different budgets that you guys have got to spend on your FUT Champion squad, and whether that's fitness squad or your main squad. I'd love to do another squad builder on some, you know, this kind of requirements, but maybe a bigger budget. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to drop a like, and without further ado, let's get into the goals. Right, so getting into the goals. We don't have a lot of goals, we only have like a couple of minutes to talk about it, so I'm going to keep it quite short and sweet. I'll give this squad like an 8 out of 10, which I think is quite good considering it's only about 15,000 coins. Sometimes I build a squad for like, you know, a couple 100,000 coins, I'm like, this is barely a 7 out of 10. For some reason this team just clicks. I don't know if it's the work rates, if it's the right players in the right position, but it works great. So give it, you know, I think you guys should give it a try, even if you only use it for a couple of games. Play with some online friendlies or something just to get used to the squad before you play FUT Champions, but it works great. Musa, Wilson are a great strike force, very quick. You'll see a couple of clips with Wilson where, or at least one I know that I've got, where he just runs through and just barges Moreno out the way. Then you've got Ramsey as well, someone that's like a general in the midfield, even Henderson as well, even Pereira, like they're just all midfielders that like to get stuck in the defence, but every now and again they'll actually shine in the attack as well. Now defensively, very sound. We've got the goalkeeper, which is Begovic, and he saves pretty much everything he can do. Like, you're not going to be able to get much more out of someone like De Gea or Lloris, especially for the price, considering you know, De Gea and Lloris are like literally 5 times the cost of this whole squad. Moreno, Klein, you know, no one's really going to get past those with the pace they have. Obviously, you can get better in or Walker to make it quicker at the back, but that's about it. They're going to, again, cost pretty much the same cost of this squad just for one player. So it's really down to you guys what your budget is, but this is a great fitness squad. I've had fun playing with it, but don't forget to leave, as I said in the comments, some other prices, some other requirements for me to build. I love doing these squad builders, and they seem to be going down well on the channel. So thank you guys for watching. Let's see if we can smash 1,000 likes as well. That would be fantastic. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys later.